why we will be giving you 3 stories, all based on Bachelor's Grove Cemetery. Bachelor's Grove was used as a forest preserve located in West 143rd Street in Midlothian, Illinois in the early 1800s. There was a lagoon that was used for fishing and swimming, and now it is a widely visited cemetery with many supernatural occurrences. Many historians believe that the cemetery is named after the Bachelor family who once lived there. Tombstones are dated from 1823 and as late as 1965. The cemetery is located at the edge of the Rubio Woods and is said to be infested with paranormal activity. Today, the only way of entrance is by hiking a quarter-mile through a gloomy and shadowy forest preserve, because the road leading to the cemetery is completely chained off. There have been hundreds of reports of ghost sightings and paranormal events that have occurred in the cemetery. But the cemetery is there haven't been any new burials, but the cemetery is still one of the most haunted places in Illinois. Today, we are going to tell you 3 stories about Bachelor's Grove Cemetery. 2 of them will be true occurrences, and 1 will be a lie. It is your job to decide which stories aren't true. Email your response to BDTV228program@gmail.com for a chance to win another glorious prize. Our first story will make you look at shapes in a whole new way.
Some of the first supernatural occurrences that happened at the cemetery was the sighting of glowing orbs. The orbs were seen towards tombstones and seemed as some sort of outside intelligence. A man from Joliet named Jack Hermansky tried to chase after these light orbs in the early 1970s. He classified the light as being the size of a baseball and blinking in 15-second intervals of time. When he thought he was just about to catch the light, it disappeared and relocated itself behind. A woman named Denise Travers also reported to see the orb of light in 1971. She said she passed her hand through the orb and felt nothing. Many people have stated that the light was just methane gas given off from the dead bodies, but the bodies have already decomposed much earlier. The lights have not been seen inside the cemetery since the 70s, but people today say that they see the orbs of light moving up to the entrance. In addition to the lights, shadowy figures and apparitions have been seen and investigated. Although people tried to take pictures of them, nothing was seen on the film.
Shadows, orbs, and ghosts, oh my. How do you escape or hide from an orb of light? Where do you go for safety? Where can you hide? It's amazing that sometimes the light can be just as frightening as the darkness. We all see odd things in life, but some people can't tell the difference between imagination and reality. When things start to vanish into thin air, how do you know what is real and what is all an illusion? If you think this story is a lie, email us at bdtv228program@gmail.com and write, "Orb story is a lie, Carl." Our next story will make you question your very senses.
Another story that is often told to occur is the sighting of an old white farm-style house with white wooden columns, a porch swing, and a lantern that burns dimly in the window. It is told to be seen by the main trail leading into the woods. There are many reports about the house, and all people who have seen it describe it the same way. It seems normal, but there has never been a house of that description built in Bachelor's Grove. When the house is seen and people walk toward it, the house slowly appears to be getting smaller and smaller until it disappears into the woods. The house appears to people in many different places, never in the same place. People have seen it along the turnpike, in the cemetery, and along different dirt trails. Aline McCall saw the house with a group of friends in 1975. Grace Norton reported that she saw the house in the winter of 1966 and 67. And Marianne Curbs witnessed the disappearance disappearing house in 1966. There have also been reports of disappearing cars. In the 1970s, people had seen the same car across the creek disappear seconds after seeing it. There have also been reports of people seeing cars in their rearview mirror that vanish.
An illusion is a thing that is likely to be wrongly perceived or interpreted by the senses. Do you believe that their minds were just playing tricks on them? Or were there supernatural entities surrounding this house? Was the house a sign of something? Or was it just a hallucination happening in their minds? We'll never know whether the house was really there or if it was just made up in their heads. But we do know that there are definitely supernatural things happening down in Bachelor's Grove Cemetery. What if you went out for a walk one day and you heard the sound of footsteps behind you? Would you run away, hide, or just keep walking? If you think this story is a lie, email us at BDTV228program@gmail.com and write, Carl, the house story is not legit. We have one more story to share with you that will surely send chills down your spine.
Jenny Green was hiking through Bachelor's Grove Cemetery. She started to hear the sound of footsteps behind her, but she continued to walk through the forest. She sat down by a tree to take a break from her walk, and she started to hear footsteps again. Then Green reported to see a white figure standing by one of the graves. When she started to walk towards the figure, it disappeared. There have been a large amount of reports of the sighting of the figure in the late 1970s, and many ghost hunters have studied the grave that he supposedly stands by. The figure is said to be a woman named Forsket, who lost her husband and daughter in a house fire. She goes back to the grave at certain times to mourn her loss. People who have reported to see this woman all describe her to be exactly the same. They say that she is tall and slim, with a depressed face. She is said to be dressed in a long white lace dress. It is said that the woman is coming back to show her sorrow, because she was the one who started the fire in their house for insurance money. She did not realize that her husband and daughter were still trapped in the basement. Forsket is seen wandering the grave sites looking for her husband's grave, and when she finds it, he disappears. Abigail Walters reported that she saw the figure in 1983 and said that she tried to touch the figure, but it vanished when she got too close to it. Forsket is said to be harmless, and the people who have seen her say that she does not acknowledge them.
What do you think? If you had an encounter with a ghostly figure or a spirit and it didn't harm you, would you go about your normal life, or would you try to intervene with it and risk becoming the target of its torment? If you were Jenny and would you continue watching the figure, or would you run away and never look back? If you think this story is a lie, email us at bdtv228program@gmail.com and write, Dear Carl, the ghostly figure is a lie. Unfortunately, our time together has expired. Did any of these supernatural events scare you? Do you have any of your own stories that you would like to share? If so, Visit the Bremen District Television Facebook page and make sure to go to our website, bdtv228.net, for more fun videos like this. Be sure to email bdtv228program@gmail.com to tell us which of these stories are fact and which one is fiction. And maybe you can be our next winner of cool new prizes. Until next time.
Jenny Green was hiking through Bachelor